little food for thought here. Typically, we belay off of our harness when we lead belay. For a long time, there's been people like talking about advantages to belaying directly off the anchor for lead belaying, and so here, just want you to consider it. I think there's some movement in that direction that we may more and more be encouraging people to belay directly off the anchor when we're lead belaying. I'll share with you a great little video where they look at some of the research they've done, showing that really like belaying directly off the anchor reduces the forces on the gear with belaying directly off the anchor instead of belaying off the harness, which is interesting. I've actually been using it for some time when my kids belay me. Now typically we use a device called the Edelred Ohm to add some friction in there because I'm a lot heavier than they are. My oldest, she's like 60 pounds, so she doesn't weigh a whole lot. And so hence she is able to belay me quite effectively with that, but it's still not always ideal. Sometimes it catches, it holds up, and I don't want to be pulling her. Now I can ground anchor her and do things like that. We can certainly do things like that here as well. But there's some advantages belaying directly off the anchor, particularly if you talk about belay escapes, because you're like out of the system right off the bat. And so I've been doing this with my kids for a while. I've also talked to guys for many years who do this with their clients, where they can just have them belay directly off the anchor, a solid anchor. We typically are going to set our anchor up a little bit differently though. So here I did kind of a funny little thing where I clove hitched the sling there and just brought it down and clipped into the bolt. And I'm using what I call like a PowerPoint carabiner to belay directly off of, as well as to clove hitch in. And this is one of those advantages of having these big wide carabiners. This is nothing new. It's not like I invented it, and actually this is something I do a lot. So if I've got bolted anchors, especially vertical anchors with chain, and it's solid, then I don't even get out slings or build quads. And so a lot of times, even just recently, there were some times where I was guiding multi-pitch routes where I didn't even get a sling or a cordelet out all day long. Makes it really efficient, really slick. And when we talk about this method here, it can really make things simple. So Zeke is going to lead up again. Okay, you want to lead up here? And here, I'm just going to belay with a munter. So the disadvantage here is that I really have to maintain the brake strand. Go ahead, Zeke. Lead up there. I have to maintain the brake strand. There's also people that have belayed off the anchor with a gree-gree or some other assisted braking device. And the key thing here is you need to have this carabiner on your anchor close enough that you can manage it. So in a way, your anchor being a little lower can actually help you out here. Zeke's working on his leading, on his clipping.
Clipping is my favorite part. It's so fun.
Clipping is his favorite part. The reason I use this with my kids a lot is because I'm so much heavier than them. And Zeke is going to fall in a little bit, not yet, but when he does fall, you'll notice that his weight doesn't go on me. So there's not that, big force put on the belayer. And that's such a huge advantage of this.
Okay.
So Zeke, you want to fall?
Yep.
Okay. So there, I have to keep my hand on the rope with the munter, but it's pretty easy to stop that falling climber. Now, if I do need to do a belay escape because I need to go rescue a leader now, I can get into baseline really quick and easy here with that munter. The same would be true too if I was belaying with the gree-gree directly off the anchor. The disadvantage to like a gree-gree is you do worry about that cam hitting the rock and then not locking up, and it can be a little bit harder to feed out slack. Same with any assisted braking device where you have some kind of lever. So hence, the munter is really a good application here. So something to think about. I'll share some more information with that, including that video that talks about some advantages to belaying off the anchor. Like I said, it's not new, and it's not the new norm, but I feel like it's moving in that direction. So I want to present it to you, let you think about it, maybe try it out, try it out safely, and see what you think.